Let's review Cisco ISE integration with the SentinelOne over pxGrid Direct using the on-prem service. This integration allows you to pull the endpoint information like threats, vulnerabilities, severities, alerts maintained in the SentinelOne for managed endpoints. This way, ISE can give the differentiated privileges to the endpoints connecting to the network using these attribute value pairs maintained in the ISE table. Let's see how it works. When an endpoint is enrolled and managed in the SentinelOne, you can bring up your own on-prem service to pull the endpoint information, security, CVE, threats, vulnerabilities, etc. from different APIs, combine all that information into one single JSON, formatted in a way that ISE can understand. And this JSON file consists of all the attributes like asset tags, security, vulnerability, threat, compliance information, so that when ISE is integrated using this on-prem service over pxGrid Direct, ISE pulls this JSON file and updates the endpoint table. So that when the endpoint is connected to the wired wireless VPN network, using these attribute value pairs as a conditions in your authorization policies, ISE can give differentiated privileges to the endpoint connecting to the network. Let's say the same endpoint is infected or malware detected on the endpoint. SentinelOne agent is going to update the SentinelOne console, and on-prem service is going to pull the latest information, updates the JSON file. Thereby, ISE also pulls the latest information from this on-prem service JSON file and updates in its own endpoint table. And if there is any change in attribute value pairs, ISE can issue the change of authorization to give the restricted access or differentiated privileges based on these attribute value pairs used in the OTC policies. And this is where my Windows service is running, where my Python script is there. And this Python script was able to pull the information from the SentinelOne. For the demonstration purpose, let's edit it. And this is what my console, SentinelOne console is. And this is my API token. And this Python script is using multiple APIs to gather the endpoint information, combines that information into one single JSON format that ISE can understand. In order to update this JSON file on a periodic basis, I came up with a task scheduler which runs every 12 hours on a daily basis using the Python script and writes it into the JSON file in a specific folder. And this is what the JSON file which gets updated for every 12 hours. You could clearly see that this JSON file has all the attribute value pairs that you could make use of in the authorization policies. Let's integrate Cisco ISE with the on-prem service using the pxGrid Direct connector. Let's define a connector with a name SentinelOne from on-prem. Select the URL feature, click Next, and provide the URL from which the JSON file can be pulled. And this is, remember, this is pulled in the information from the on-prem service, not from the SentinelOne. And this JSON file is protected using the basic authentication. Provide those credentials, click Next. And I want ISE to update this JSON file for every 12 hours basis. The parent object in the JSON file is endpoints. Provide that, click Validate, and click Next. And ISE is able to pull the JSON file, and these are the attribute value pairs maintained in that JSON file. Just for the demonstration purpose, include all of them and enable change of authorization also on a couple of attributes like calculated risk, compliance status, critical CVE count, critical CVE list, firewall enabled, etc. So that ISE can issue change of authorization if any one of the attribute values that we are enabling to the affected endpoints. So select the asset MAC address as the unique identifier and the correlation identifier as the asset ID. Either you can wait for the scheduler to update the endpoint information in the ISE, or you can do a manual sync. I'm doing a manual sync for the first time. And ISE is able to queue that. And once it is successfully completed, you can see that 19 objects are found from the JSON file pulled from the on-prem service. In order to see that, let's go to the context visibility pxGrid direct page and select the connector. And let's go to the endpoint which was enrolled recently. And there are two active threads found on this endpoint, and it is non-compliant. Calculated risk score is at 50. And you can make use of all these attributes in your authorization policies. Let's hop on to the endpoint. Let's enable the adapter which goes through the .1x authentication. The SentinelOne agent already detected two malware files that were downloaded just for the demonstration purpose. And based on this vulnerability information, ISE was able to enforce quarantine systems SGT and a restricted access authorization to the endpoint because of an authorization policy. Let's review that authorization policy by going into the global exception policy set. As long as it has high threat or compliance status is not equal to compliant, ICE is giving the restricted privileges and the quarantine systems SGT is enforced on the endpoint. This way you can give the differentiated privileges to the endpoint connecting to the network based on the attribute value pairs maintained in the SentinelOne using the on-prem service. Thanks for watching.